Alrighty, Rio here. It is the end of week 5 coming into week 6, and I'll look at the work in a moment, but I actually am going to do something that I am a little surprised I'm going to do, but I'm actually, I'm not. I am, but I'm not. So I have now seen 95% of this class in code reviews, and it's been lovely, as I have said in your week 6 Learn Together. And I see that, if that many students didn't get what I was looking for, it's on me as well as you. So, what I'm going to do is for the next Develop It, which is not that far away, I am going to allow those who, and I would recommend this to anyone, to actually do when you come in is to actually fix whatever issues you and I spoke of with the Develop It 1, and you will end, so you'll fix whatever you and I talked about. Some of you needed to actually get code working. Some of you just didn't understand, didn't totally get what I wanted from a styling perspective. Some of you, there's various things that happened. And because, the most important thing, and I really appreciated the review I had last night because it was like, you know, the most important thing is I want you to get this. And I want you to understand the process. And I feel like now, having done 95% of the code reviews, I feel like it's much clearer for everyone. So, because this is the first time I've done these, it's a process for me as well. So you will be able to then, when you come in for your Develop It 2, or if you do it virtually, again, that is totally an option. If you want to fix your Develop It 1, I will grade that for full points, and then also look at your code for Develop It 2. And in a sense, I think Develop It 2 will be fairly, it will be a little bit more straightforward because the styling, and this was something that several people missed, the styling is going to be real clear here. You're going to see this in the week 6 Learn Together that is already out there. But as we move from functions and placing functions inside of objects and what we call methods, and then being able to update content or numeric values within an object, those are all things that for various reasons were hard to kind of get some of you wrap around your head. Well, we're going to actually do it in the confines of an object. So, and this is great stuff. So and by the way, this weekend, so this is Friday of the end of week 5. My weekend task is actually to start and complete the write-up for the next Develop It requirements. And so that's my task for myself for the weekend. So what I want you to do in this reply is reply telling me that you understand and write out what I've said as far as what I'm going to do for the next Develop It cycle, for the next code reviews, okay? So that I know and that I know you know that there is an opportunity here for you to fix code, for you to get a better grade, and really, here's the bottom line, is that a grade is important, absolutely, this is school. But also, if you fix that code for Develop It 1, Develop It 2 is going to be much more straightforward, which is part of what led into my decision making. Okay, so just to complete, so I want to see that in your reply, and then heard I think from a couple of you about Valley Dev Fest. So I did officially get a block of tickets. I love to give them out. I do want to say again, please only ask me for a ticket if you know you can come, because we plan these things and it's a challenge when we give away student tickets and they don't show up. So 3 people from Google, 9 to 3 on Saturday down at Bitwise. So I need to be hearing from you because I'll start, I think I have 66 tickets to give away. And I'm going to start hitting all the CIT classes, all the computer science classes here at City. So if you want in on that great deal, normally they're $15, so free to you, let me know. All right, so Now let's just turn real quick to the course. I don't think there's a lot here because week 6 stands on, this is recorded before I changed my mind here. I did say you could write about the second part if you haven't done a code review, but at this point, everyone that's enrolled in this class has done a code review. So, I really want to get your reviews, right? Your input, anything. And I talked about this here, so I don't think I really need to go over that. So here we are at our last code up before we move into our week, right? So this is arrays. And, I've said this before, so I'm going to say it one more time. Really challenge yourself to, when he gets to the challenges, to actually spend some time, because this is your challenges are like a training ground for our developers, and giving yourself the time to see, because sometimes this just takes a little more time. Even for me, I mean, sometimes I have to think about it, write code, come back and look at code, right? I remember when I was doing this over the summer, there was one that gave me a real headache. I spent 2 days and I wouldn't let myself look at the video. No, I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying, really give this what it's worth. So, as I said, over the weekend, my job is actually to work on the requirements here. And then think about what we're going to do for this one right here. And I will say this one more time for those of you that didn't get it, is that the idea of the week before I develop it is so that you can have not as much work to do, so that you can work on your code and come in before the due date to talk to me. Okay, but I've made this offer available that even if you come in after the due date, you can still but remember, the key to this is that if you come in after the due date, and this is true for Develop It too, we're only reviewing code, you can't change it. And many of you now understand that concept, I believe, pretty well, but probably because I really drilled it in to almost everyone's head. And those who already came in early, that was fairly easy, but for everyone else, you really want to come in before it's due. But if you do wait, I give you a week thereafter to come and see me either virtually or in person to do that code review. All right, I think that's it. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.